Hi everybody, it's Sharon from Blessed to Craft Designs, and I'm here to show you a new project today that I've been working on. I want you to know that Blessed to Craft Designs is not just about making wreaths, but there are other things that I do besides making wreaths, and this is the latest thing that I started working on. These are the acrylic pours, or some people call them dirty pours. There's several names that they go by, and I've been looking at these over the last couple of months actually, trying to decide if I want to do it. This is one I did. This is actually my first one, my very first one, and as you can see, it does have quite a few imperfections, but at the same time it's unique, and I'm proud of it. It's really pretty. Like I said, I know there are some flaws on here, but I think for my first time, this turned out really pretty. So I want you to stay with me because I'm going to show you how I made this. Now, if you make 10 of these, all 10 of them are going to look slightly different. But I want to show you how I made this. This is very simple. It's probably less expensive than making a wreath, and I think it can make a great gift for someone, because again, you can specialize this and personalize this to a person's color palette that they have in their house, or you can use this just to update some of the pictures and things that you have on the walls in your own home. So just stick with me. I'll be right back to show you the supplies that I used, and we'll get started. Okay everybody, I'm back with the supplies that you're going to need to do this. And again, I'm fairly new at this, but I have asked questions to other people how they've done this before, and this is the technique that I used the first time. So I know, again, it's a journey that y'all are on with me, so we're going to learn how to do this together. So if this is anything that you wanted to do, I think this is, now would be a great time to start, and we can kind of work through this together. So, of course, one of the first things you're going to need are your paints. This is the first brand that I bought, and I got this one and then a little package that had like maybe 10. It was like a sampler, and of course the samplers were too small. They were like that big. So I have a little bit left over of the white, but then I just decided to go get what I normally use. This one. I purchased this one. It's a Blue Haven. This one also, Allen Blue. A darker blue. I didn't want black, but this is a midnight blue. I don't know if you can see those right there. Okay, and this is like a metallic blue. I did want to put something metallic. This is a green. And I may incorporate this, I'm not quite sure. When I showed people the first one, they said I needed to incorporate a little bit of green in there. So I will pick all of these up just so you can see the bottom of them. Okay, so I have all different shades of blue and then a few shades of green as well. You will need your spoons. Or something to stir with. I don't have anything. I wish I had like big popsicle sticks, and I may buy some of those because these are kind of flimsy and I don't know if they'll be strong enough to stir the paint. Gloves, if you don't like to get paint on your hands, which I don't. To me, it's just cumbersome trying to peel all of that paint off. I have two different kinds of pouring medium. This is the first one that I got was Liquitex, and it worked fine, but it's a tad bit expensive, as where this one is too. You see, you only get 8 ounces of that for $5.99, as opposed to 1 quart of this. I believe I paid like $8 for it from Lowe's. I went to Lowe's. Now, you do have to know whether or not you're using water-based paints or oil-based paints, and I sure hope these are water-based because I didn't know when I bought it. You also need your canvas, and there are different sizes. This is a sealer that I will use to spray. I've had this for a while. I use to spray over it afterwards. These are also just some things that you might want to use to stir with. And then you'll need several cups. You're going to need a cup for your base color, which is white, and then you'll need a cup for each additional color that you're going to use, because you have to thin it out. That's the first thing, is to thin it out. So now that I've showed you everything that I'm going to use, I'm going to go ahead and get everything together, and then I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, I'm back, and I have mixed all my colors. I'm going to try to get them in view of the camera here. And like I said, you'll need a cup for each one of these. I'm going to show you one. Now this is the Floetrol that I got from Lowe's, and it doesn't. One thing I noticed, it doesn't take as much of that to thin it out as it does the the pouring medium from Hobby Lobby. This is a lot thicker to me than the one from Lowe's. But all I did was pour it in and then just start to stir it up. And sometimes it takes a few minutes to stir it up really good. And I want to make sure I have enough. I'm probably gonna be able to do 2 paintings with this. So all you do is you stir it up, and you're supposed to leave it to sit for about for a couple of minutes. That way the air bubbles will kind of come out of it, okay? So I'm gonna move all of this to the side that I don't need. Now, one thing I didn't mention before, but I will mention now, make sure you protect your work surface, okay? And I just have a hefty bag on the bottom, and then I have my craft paper. I use these cups to bring it up off the table. But make sure, because I did with one that I did, I actually left when the paint starts running over the side here. I actually left the cups, and then they attach themselves. So probably gonna have to make sure I move this down a little bit. I'll figure that out later on. But you want it to be lifted up off the table or whatever it is that you're working on. One other thing I forgot, I'll be right back. Okay, so the other thing that I forgot is my cup that you're gonna pour everything in. Okay, so I'm gonna start pouring. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me pull it down so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just pouring each color in there. It's the light blue. And just alternate your colors. I don't want a whole lot of dark colors in there. I prefer the lighter colors. We'll pour just a little bit of white. And this is really neat. I've seen some really neat techniques on some of the other YouTube channels that you may want to look at as well. I think it's like with anything else, the more I do it, the better it will get. You know, initially it's always, you know, you always have to kind of figure out what works best for you, what you like, what you don't like. It's a trial and error kind of thing. So it kind of reminds me of a technique that I use for my nail designs. And I can make some really cool patterns doing it this way. So This is actually the metallic green right here, even though it's kind of milky. When it dries, you'll just see the green metallic. Okay, I think I've poured enough in. So I'm gonna move these cups out of the way. And I'm gonna take this cup and put my canvas on top of here in the middle. Make sure I have my cups kind of situated, because you're gonna flip this over. Okay, so you need to hold your hand down and flip it over, and then place your canvas on your cups. And try to make sure it's level, if you can. And then I'm gonna take my white and pour it all around. All right. And you can lift it up to move your paint around a little bit, but I wanna just kind of start telling it where I want it to go. The key to mixing your paint with the Floetrol that I found is making it thin enough. That one could have been mixed up a little bit better. You have to make it thin enough to actually move on the paint. It's supposed to kind of move by itself. I'm just helping it a little bit here. Okay, so then once I do that, let me lift it up. Okay, and then you just pull this straight up. Now there are some where you can move your cup around. I might do that next time, but this time I'm just going to do the basic and lift up on the cup. Okay, and now it's just a matter of moving it around to each side, every corner. I do want some negative spaces in it. I don't want my whole canvas to be color. So I do want to leave some white. I actually kind of like that. See how cool that is? And I can't wait for it to dry, because when it dries, you'll be able to see some of the, you'll be able to see the glitter. I'm gonna take this white right here and pull that down just a little bit more. Let's go all the way down on the sides. And this is why you need to protect your surface, because you will have paint going everywhere. If you want to, add some white throughout or a different color, you can always add that as well. And putting that white on the end just kind of helped it flow off a little bit better. Now, if you have a blowtorch or a blow dryer, you can use that to also help push the paint on your canvas, but I don't have one, either one. So I can't use that. So I'm kind of happy with it like this. And these little specks right here, I think they call those cells. And that just adds another kind of dimension to the painting. And I like how I have just a little bit of color here. And there's a little bit of color. Ooh, I stuck my finger in there. A little bit of color up there. Let me see if I can fix that. A little bit of color up there at the top. But again, I don't want the paint, the color, to be over the whole painting. Now you can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. But I just, for this particular one, I did not want that to happen. Okay. I keep dropping paint on there, but that's okay. It will make itself a part of the painting. This is so neat. Look at the variations in color. How cute is that? I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm pretty pleased with that. And it takes about 24. I don't know why I can't get this little spot right here. It's not want to flow right. It takes about 48 to 72 hours for this to actually completely dry. And the more you manipulate it, the more variations in color and design you will have. But I like it like that. That is so cool to me. And it's so easy. These little acrylic paints cost maybe 77 cents, depending on which brand and whether you buy the one that's shiny or not, the metallic. That's fairly inexpensive. These canvases I bought, they were Michael's had them on sale, where I think I got 7 of these for $10. They had all of them on sale, so you could get various sizes for $10. This stuff right here, I told you I purchased this from Lowe's for about $8 or $9. And you probably got some cups and stuff at the house, but you can go to the dollar store and just buy, you know, cups for $1. So I mean, literally under, what, maybe $15, $20. Well, I would say at least $20 with the Floetrol. You can make your own painting in whatever color you want, versus going to the store and buying one and spending at least $50+ to buy a painting like this. So you can definitely save money doing it yourself. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry, and I may do a couple more, or well, at least one more, because I want to use up my paint, and I will come back and show them to you when they're all dried up. Okay, everybody, I'm back to show you my final product. It's been right at about 24 hours since I've done this, excuse me. And this is, and you see it's still not dry yet, so especially on the sides. I think the top part is dry, but the sides are not, where it's dripped down, and I'll show you. See this, that's the sides of each one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just take my sealer, and I'm going to very lightly go over the top. If I can get the top of it off. There we go. Okay. I probably should do this outside, but I'm just going to do it real lightly in here. Okay. And you can epoxy this. And I may do that on another one, on another date. But this time I'm just gonna put the sealant on there. So make sure I get all the way around on all sides. Okay. So that one turned out really pretty. And as you can see, all these cells in here. But I'm gonna show you another one that I did, because I did have some leftover paint. So I decided to do this one. Let's see if I can get it over. Okay, and this is the other one. I'll try to get both of them in the picture at the same time if I can in a minute, because I'm gonna seal this one also. But this one was, I did it a little bit different, and I don't know if you can see. Oh yeah, you can see some of that glitter, more of the glitter, that green glitter that I had. I'm trying to get the light. The sun is going down here, so I hope you really can, hope you can see that. But that that green glitter going through there is absolutely, it's gorgeous. I don't know if I don't think I saw it as much on the other one. But what I did with this one is I took my cup after I put all the colors in there, and I put it on the side. I believe it was up here, and then I just drug it along here, and then I just kind of move it around just like I did the other one, and just let it drip off the side. Now I don't know if this is right how that turned out, because I think my white paint may have been a little bit too thin this time. The first time I did it, it wasn't thin enough, but this time I think it was too thin. But this is going on my wall, so the fact that it's not perfect is okay with me. Okay, and I'll probably do a couple more coats of this, but let me show you both of these side by side. If I can get both of them in the same picture, because I'll probably put both of these on a wall together, and I may even do one more. Let's see, this one, like I said, it's still wet. Let me take my phone off of here. Okay, and there's both of them together. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, how pretty is that? I might can turn it this way to make it look like, well, probably no. Almost look like a continuation, or maybe even this side over there. I'm not gonna pick it up because it's still wet over here. But I love that. And no, this one you can't see very much of the glitter in there, but this one, depending on the other one, well, this one you can see, just kind of depends on how the light is hitting it. You can see a little bit of the glitter in this one, but up here at the top, depending on how the light hits it, that green right in there, you can see quite a bit of that. So I'm happy. Like I said, I think I'll probably do one more. I may do one more in this technique, the drag technique, and then put it over, when I hang it up, have the three of them together. You know, how cute would that be? And just make it look like it's a continuation of maybe water or something like that. But I hope you like this video. I plan on doing some more of these, some different techniques to see what works. So y'all just keep following with me. Y'all just come on the journey. Grab you some paints. We'll put the Deco mesh to the side for a little while. No, I won't, because I still have some wreaths I have to do. But in the meantime, we're going to be doing this right here. So I hope you enjoyed my video. Please make sure you subscribe. You like, press the like button down below. Also click to get the notifications, so when I do upload new videos, that you are notified that I'm uploading new videos. Check me out on Facebook, Blessed to Craft Designs, and of course my group page, which is Wreath Designers Network. Okay, so I have lots of ways that you can get to me on social media. So again, thank you so much for joining and for watching today, and as always, be blessed.